For the sake of my comfort, I really wish that I could just flip a switch and not be in love with this woman anymore. But for the sake of my integrity and my heart and what I'm truly feeling, I know that it's only right that I continue to hold that space in my heart for her, because doing anything else would be me lying to myself, lying to the world. And I don't want to live like that anymore. Like when I was younger, my MO after a breakup was to try to find the fastest route to distracting myself from the pain of heartbreak. And in doing so, all I was doing was covering up my true feelings and just delaying the inevitable of those feelings eventually coming back to bite me in the ass, because I never truly dealt with them. And that's even a reason that, or that's part of the reason that this last 9.5 year relationship that I was in started off not as good as it should have, because I wasn't fully healed from a lot of hurt and pain that I had endured in my life up to that point of me and her getting together. Not just romantic pain, but just trauma in life altogether. Like I had never really taken the time to become whole and to become the most, I guess I couldn't have been the most evolved version of myself because we constantly evolving, but I know I could have been better if I would have been more transparent about what my real feelings were at the time that me and her got together. And this time around, I just can't afford to go through life lying to myself as if I'm not still in love with her, knowing damn well that I am, because that that's going, like, by doing that, I'm not allowing myself to really like sit with my feelings and just feel my feelings and evolve into the most complete version of myself that I can be in this present time. So I don't want to try to cover up the fact that I'm in love with a woman who probably ain't, well, I'm not even going to say probably. Like, I know that it's an asymmetrical, it's an asymmetrical circumstance. And by that, I mean, I know on my end, I feel way different than she does, because, she's the one who wanted to end the relationship. And for the first time in our 9.5 years of being together, this time when, we had gone through a lot of ups and downs. We had gone through a lot of, I don't want to do this anymore. And then that will result in me trying to bargain and, try to do what I can to keep her near. But this time I chose not to do that. And as bad as it hurt, I knew that I had to finally just let her go, because apparently, this ain't what she want. And as hurtful as it is for me to say that, I'm also realizing that that is what unconditional true love is. It was me finally deciding to stop fighting and let her go, discover what she needs to discover in order for her to be happy in her life, because that's what I care about. I truly do love this woman unconditionally. All her flaws, everything about her, I admired or- and admire. Even the things that I wished that she would have changed, I still admired that about her. I admired those things because I always saw the potential in her to grow. And that's not, I'm not trying to, put myself on any level above her by saying that she needed to grow and I didn't, because I damn sure had a lot of growing to still do. Like I still do now to this day. Like I still acknowledge that there's things that I need to do in order for me to grow and be the best possible man that I can be. But I'm just, I'm in a space right now where the bittersweetness of healing from this heartbreak is really heavy on my mind at all times. On one hand, it hurts like hell to long for somebody that you love who don't feel the same about you. And it hurts to know that everything that I planned for the future, every vision that I had for what we potentially could have been, it it went out the window when the relationship ended. But on the other hand, in a weird way, I'm proud of the fact that I'm strong enough to acknowledge that I still love her and that there's no ego involved. Like I'm not trying to confess my love or like do things to convince her that because I still love her that she should love me back, because we don't even talk anymore. We both, neither one of us have reached out to each other in a long time. I don't know exactly how many days it's been now, but it's been the longest that it's ever been. Like in the 9.5 years that we was together, we never went more than one whole day without speaking to each other. And then it turned into us not speaking to each other at all anymore. So there's no way that she could even still know how I feel. So that lets me know that I'm not still loving her with any expectations. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't still say that I'm in love with her with the hopes that she'll find out, and like even like she'll never see this video. So I, I'm being reminded by my actions and by the way that I'm moving that my heart is real. Like this is an indicator to me that my heart actually works, because for a long time I was unsure because I never really felt like I was able to fully give all of my love or give all of myself, because I was afraid that I wouldn't get the same back. The downfall of that is that I robbed myself of what it could have potentially felt like to really be in like a deep reciprocal love, because I never was able to, like, it's crazy that it took for me to have distance between the two of us for me to realize that I I do know how to love. My heart does work because it's still loving her without the expectation of anything in return. And I wouldn't even had the balls to say this at no other point in my life, because one, I wouldn't have, I would have been more concerned with my ego being protected and not wanting to be seen as inferior because, you know, me being a man still in love with a woman who ain't got no interest in loving me back. Like, I would have thought that that looked weak. But in all actuality, I realized that that's really what makes me strong, because it's not like I'm allowing that pain to hold me back from continuing to live my life. You know, I still get up, go teach, I can still eat, I can still sleep. You know, it's not impacting me in a way where it's just immobilizing me. But I carry that pain with me and that love for her with me in everything that I do. And I'm not in a rush to get rid of it. I want to get rid of, like, I want to get rid of the hurt. Put it like that. Not necessarily get rid of the love for her, because I don't even think that that's up to me. I don't think that I can choose to stop being in love with her, because if I could, I would have I would have a long time ago. Just to be able to stop the pain of being in love with somebody that don't love me back. But I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm wondering if anybody else can even relate to this feeling. And I don't even know where I go from here. Like, I might get over it and I might not. I I really don't know. It's a every day is unpredictable in a sense, in regards to how I grieve this or how I feel about this. Some days are easier than others. Some days, like today, I didn't shed one tear, at least not yet. And some days I'll just have a memory. I'll start longing. I'll start reminiscing, and I might break down. You know what I'm saying? I might break down and cry. But I do have to say that this is the most mature and grounded way that I've ever processed a breakup or a heartbreak in my life. And I can only hope that by actually feeling my feelings now and dealing with the feelings and not trying to use anybody else as a distraction to cover up what I'm feeling and to run away from the pain, I can only hope that that'll, one, make me become the most evolved version of myself, because that's the aim. And for two, I think it's just, it can set an example for what true unconditional love can really look like. And whether this love lands on somebody else in the future, or whether it's just going to be reserved for myself, or whether it don't go anywhere for the rest of my life, I'm proud to be able to say that I know what true love really feels like right now. Because there's nothing that that woman can go out there and say about me. There's nothing that she can go out there and do right now. I mean, anything other, obviously, you know, if I'm not worried about her doing nothing like wild or crazy to me, but you know, she might be out there talking shit about me. She might be telling people how, you know, unhappy she was, and putting me down. She might not. I don't know. It's not my business right now. But what I'm saying is that on my end, how she acts or how she moves in her life is not going to dictate how I move in mine. What she does, what she says, how she feels is no indicator of how I feel. And at least in this moment right now, As much as it hurts, I'm okay with not knowing how how my heart is going to turn out, because I really don't know. I really don't. Like I said, I might be stuck longing for her forever. I might, I don't know. I don't know. But this is just, hopefully anybody else who might be feeling the same way and is longing for somebody or still in love with somebody that is not in love with them. I just want you to know that it's all right to feel how you feel. Don't let it stop you from living your life. Don't do that. But also, if that love is still in your heart, it's there for a reason. We might not know what the reason is yet. We might not ever find out what the reason is. Or put it like this, I'm not saying we might not ever find out what the reason is, but it might not be revealed to us in a way that we expect. But that love is still there for a reason. And I just encourage you to acknowledge it. Do what you like, whether you're going to hold on to it or whether you're going to try to, you're going to actively try to push it out. That's on you. But at this very moment, if it's still there, acknowledge it, because it's trying to tell you something. For some people, it might be trying to tell you to try to go get them back. For some people, it might be trying to tell you that now you know how to love and you could use that love on yourself. For some people, it might be trying to tell you that you know how to love and you can use that on somebody else in the future. Who knows? But just acknowledge the love and let it help you grow. And that's all you can do. All right. Peace.